Finance Minister Saida Boomba this afternoon joined her peers in the East African states in unveiling the 2010-2011 financial year national budget. Without any tax increments, despite clear pointers of an increase in government expenditure, next year's budget is being viewed as a politically conscious one coming on the heels of pending presidential elections next year. Reduction on registration for Boda Boda from 222,800 shillings to 80,000 shillings. Suspending external tariffs on buses and trucks to promote regional trade. Tax exemption on trucks and pickups to promote agriculture. Establishing an East African infrastructure fund. Review of the pre-inspection policy for imports. Elimination of VAT on software. This financial year, government contribution to the national budget is expected to grow to 75%, reducing donor support to 25%, down from 30%. To support this leap forward, domestic revenues are projected to grow by 17%, with the tax collector tasked to raise 5 trillion shillings of the needed 7.5 trillion resource envelope. Financing from the domestic banking system is also being counted on and is projected to supply a further 400 billion shillings.
I want to emphasize it's not about the money, but whether it is going into the priority areas and also how it is being spent. So even if it is road or whether it is energy, are these going to the priority areas and are these going to be giving the biggest bang for the money?
Government projects the economy to grow by 5.8%, supported by, among others, growth in exports and a reduction in lending rates from commercial banks. The computerization of the lands registry is anticipated to help boost lenders' confidence in regard to land as collateral.
This compares favorably with the forecasted growth trends in the East African region, where growth is expected to rebound to the rates of 6% per annum.
Apart from the $50 million that has been allocated for the roads within Kampala and a commitment to the completion of ongoing construction projects in different parts of the country, little has been mentioned on erecting new roads.
Government has earmarked $50 million specifically for road rehabilitation and improvement with Kampala City.
In addition, Uganda will be joining the rest of East Africa to establish an infrastructure fund to promote easy movement of goods and services across the region. To address the power deficit in the country, the minister promised that the Bujagali Power Project is nearing completion and should be up and running by mid-2011. It is expected to be supplemented by another 100 megawatts from the Karuma project slated for 2012. In the area of education, government has committed to increase the allocation to the sector to boost its performance.
Accordingly, the provision of 31 billion has been made to support universal education, universal secondary education under the capitation grant for S1, completing a full cycle of secondary education.
To address the significant drop in export values and volumes for fish and floriculture, government is to develop an aquaculture policy backed by a credit risk insurance facility to minimize export market risks.
The importance of the cover is that you assure the exporters of the risk, that the possibility of covering your risk is there. But related to that, also will be the need to increase production of exports.
In the medium term, government will focus on business reforms, reviving the single local government levy and initiating the small claims procedure for the commercial court. It has also lined up a number of commercial-related bills to be passed into law. On the agricultural sector, government says it's expecting more support from commercial banks, which are now being urged to make available an additional 30 billion shillings. This will supplement the already available 60 billion credit facility announced in the ending financial year, to which government contributed 30 billion.
I don't know what it's likely to be. If it is 10% to 12%, it is manageable.
In order to accelerate agricultural growth, government is waiving tax on trucks and pickups to reduce the cost of movement of goods from rural areas to the markets. This will be supplemented by value addition efforts through the National Agricultural Advisory Services.